Boy, all right. Crazy game towards the end. For the most part, it was literally a blowout, especially in the second half, in the third quarter. The Sacramento Kings only scored 12 points in the third quarter, and they were getting ran out of the gym. The Boo Birds were coming. Just a pathetic effort in the third quarter. They made a run. They got into the game in the fourth quarter. Still found a way to come up short, and the comeback was not completed. Couple things I want to say. Sacktown, what is going on? Sacktown Pete, back at it again. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Let's talk about today's game because this effort tonight, I mean, I get the fact that they're on the second night of a back-to-back. That still should not be an excuse. Tyrese Halliburton was out due to some tightness in the back. He was questionable when he came in today, and he was ruled out because he couldn't give it. He wasn't 100% healthy. So, very unfortunate because Tyrese Halliburton's effort and leadership is definitely entitled to the team's overall success. And it sucked to not have Tyrese Halliburton out on there. DeAndre Ayton was out to a leg injury. He was not playing. And the Phoenix Suns had their way for the most part. The threes were going in. Chris Paul and Devin Booker lit these guys up in the third quarter. And the Sacramento Kings had no answer. They looked like the legitimate Western Conference champions that they were last season. And still, despite all that, the Sacramento Kings made a late run towards the end of the game. Devin Booker missed 2 free throws towards the end of the game. The Kings grabbed the rebound, called timeout. We're down 3. So the thing that gets me is anytime you take a timeout, you want to put your best possible offensive lineup out on the court. De'Aaron Fox is the inbounder passer who is inbounding the ball. And at all, I mean, I hate to say this, but it's like, why is Chimezie Metu on the court? Why is Metu on the court? There's no need for Metu being on the court towards that very last possession of the game. And the fact that De'Aaron Fox inbounded him the ball and Metu gobbled the ball and it goes out of bounds, you can't do that, especially against a Western Conference powerhouse team in the Phoenix Suns, who you just beat 2 weeks ago on a game winner. So you knew they were going to come in and they were going to be hungry to get this win tonight. And my point is, nothing against Chimezie Metu, but you go with your most experienced, best offensive lineup on the court during the half-court set offensively. And I'm just was pulling my hair when I saw that, and I'm like, why is Metu on the court? Like, there was no need for Metu being on the court. And I feel like I got to give credit to the Kings bench. They played well in the fourth quarter. They got this thing going, and they got this team in the hunt and back in striking distance. But despite all that, Chimezie Metu should not be the person you're going to inbound the ball to when the game is on the line, especially when you're down 3. There's no need for that. And I just feel like we could have got a good offensive possession during that last play and could have potentially tied up the basketball game and ultimately force this game to overtime and give yourself a chance to win the basketball game. And the Kings' failure to recognize that, and I'm just overall disappointed in De'Aaron Fox. I was worried, not too worried about him, but it's been 11 games now, and we're not getting the De'Aaron Fox that we're accustomed to seeing. He did have 24 points, but he was 7-11 for the free throw line. He missed some big free throws, and he was 8 of 19 overall. It's like, I really want De'Aaron Fox to succeed and be put in successful positions to succeed. And I feel like he's been put in positions to succeed, and he just hasn't done that. He hasn't been it. And Harrison Barnes, in 36 minutes tonight, he had 26 points, 6 boards, 2 assists. Another great game from Harrison Barnes. Buddy Hield tonight in 30 minutes. He actually got the start for Tyrese Halliburton. So in 30 minutes, he had 14.6 boards, 2 assists. Rashad Holmes, in 25 minutes, he had 7 points, 8 boards, 1 assist. He's 3 of 8 overall. He had a rough night offensively, but I feel like just the size and length of the size and length of the Phoenix Suns. JaVale McGee was just tough for him. And just Frank Kaminsky came in getting good minutes as well. So it was Mr. Holmes had his hands full, and he was offensively quiet tonight. Maurice Harkless again in 12 minutes, 0 points, 1 board, 0 assists. That's just not getting it done. It isn't getting it done, man. It's just I want Maurice Harkless to be able to spread the floor and knock down wide open shots. He hasn't done that the last couple of games. So off the bench, Davion Mitchell in 31 minutes tonight, he had 12 points, 6 boards, 2 assists. 2 of 2 from downtown, 5-11 overall from the field goal. Terrence Davis in 26 minutes tonight, he had 13 points, 3 boards, 1 assist, 5 of 10 overall, and 3 of 6 from downtown. Chimezi Metu in 19 minutes, he had 2 points, 6 boards, 3 assists. Damian Jones in 12 minutes, he had 4 points, 5 boards, 1 assist. Alex Lynn in 11 minutes, he had 2 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. He had 2 points. So I just feel like the bench could have obviously Davion and TD came in off the bench and got buckets. It was great to see that. And overall, Chipping from Barnes and Fox, they all worked together and got us back in the game. It's just the frustrating part that gets me is, you get Devin Booker to miss 2 free throws to give yourself a chance to tie the game and force it to overtime and potentially have a chance to win the game in overtime. But it's like, you come out of a timeout and, Luke, why is Chimezi Metu on the court? That just did not make sense to me. Because if anybody can elaborate, please do in the comment section. Because, boy, I mean, other than his ability to spread the floor, I guess maybe he's on the court. Knowing that Rashad Holmes has having an off night offensively, I just feel like you could have kept Fox in the game, could have kept Buddy Hield, Davion Mitchell, Harrison Barnes in the game, and who's gonna be the 5th guy? Let me look at that. Terrence Davis. That should have been you should have had 5 guys on the court that have the ability to stretch the floor and make a 3. Is what I'm saying. And unfortunately, Luke Walton did not do that. He kept Chimezi in the game, and I think that just bit us towards the end of the game. Just him losing control and then for going out of bounds, and then the Suns taking advantage of that. And I don't mean to be so hard on Chimezi Metu. I just feel like he had no business being on the court towards the end of the game. That's just how I feel. If I want to win the game, if I'm trying to go for the win now, I feel like I'm going to go with my best roster, or I'm going to go through 5 players on the court that have the ability to stretch the floor and shoot the basketball. And you put your 5 best shooters ahead of Chimezi Metu on the court is what I'm saying. So, with that being said, I mean, it sucks, man. I mean, for the most part, I thought like we weren't going to win this game because of the way we played in the third quarter. The third quarter just, it shot us in the foot. We should have never been in that position to be down by 20-plus points, guys. But it is what it is. It's too early for these third quarter droughts, and especially when you're turnovering the ball as well. So many unforced turnovers. Just terrible basketball in the third quarter. The Kings just have to do a better job of not going to these droughts. And when the offense becomes stagnant and just standing there watching the ball, so many isolation plays. Like, the Kings got to move the ball, and there's got to be less isolations. And I feel like when pillars are moving, when the ball's moving, that's when we're at our best, when we're making shots. And the Kings did not do that tonight. So, credit Chris Paul and Devin Booker. They were hungry. They saw when Harrison Barnes made a game-winning shot over Devin Booker's face 2 weeks ago, and they were going to come in. They were going to be ready. This team is legitimately a freaking great team, and they showcased that. They're the reigning Western Conference champions for a reason, guys. And the Sacramento Kings blew it tonight by that inbound play towards the end of the basketball game. So with that being said, let me know your guys' thoughts on tonight's game. If you're new to my channel, welcome to my channel. Please hit the like and subscribe. I'll greatly appreciate it. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really do greatly appreciate y'all. You guys have a great night. Stay safe, stay healthy, take care. God bless. Keep pushing forward, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.